Hello everyone and welcome to a race that nobody saw. I didn't live stream this, that's why there's no webcam on there. I literally jumped into this slot really early on in the day because I had a bit of time spare and I thought, you know what, let's try out the car. Let's actually see if we can do anything in this race later on for the stream. So you can see Aura up ahead has decided to take the slipstream train, which, I mean, shout out to Aura straight off the bat for doing that because he just drove past everybody and decided to go for it. The Audi can do very good laps without the slipstream, to be fair, so I was more than happy to take the slipstream because it means I potentially could get a really good lap. Now in practice, overall that night, I actually managed to get down to a 202.2 with slipstream, which is ridiculous. But even so, let's see what we can do on this lap. As we come through the left-hander, you are seeing the struggles of this FF car in their sort of handling section. Of course, we have to look after tyres a tiny bit on this lap, but nothing major. Trying to go out and out all the way for that fast lap. We've only got one chance for this. It's a one-shot in this Audi TT as we come down here now. 34.4 in that first sector. That's a very good first sector. That's time trial pace at 34.4. So at the moment, you could argue we're looking at 201s. As we continue up the hill, I did look behind me there and I saw that Key was dropping off, and I knew the minute I got into this section, Key would drop off that slipstream. So that obviously helps me more because it means less cars are going to have an impact with that slipstream train. Because obviously if they're all in mine, they'll have that pace throughout the lap. We come through here, I go through my little time reference points there, the bridge, and I know I'm on a quick lap here. I know I'm on a quick lap. We're at a 4.7 for that next sector. Not the greatest. We can knock another couple of attempts off in that middle sector, but I guess the dirty air maybe had an impact. I'm not too sure. As we come in to this right-hander, Aura just slightly clips the gravel, slightly clips it. So unfortunately, we're not going to have slipstream for the last sector. But what we're going to do all the same is carry on, and hopefully we can improve the lap towards the end. As I say, the Audi TT on a solo run can still do a good lap. There, I've got another time reference point right there, just that bridge. So if I'm below a 132 as I cross that shadow, I'm always happy, and I was there. As we come through this little bit, I'm trying to get the car turned in. I just missed clipping the inside of the curb there to pull the car around. I mentioned this in the track guide. If I did that, I think this would have been an even crazier lap. So we come into this last sector. We do nail this last corner. We could accelerate a little bit earlier. We don't. No time reference point right there. I know I'm on a pretty good lap here. I know I'm on for a 202 straight off the bat. Let's see what kind of 202 it is. It's a 0.8, just a 0.8, and as you can see, I start in P3. Alex only there in the Volkswagen, got a 202.7. I think I had slipstream in that last sector. Potentially, we could have improved a bit further, but starting P3 in a lobby like this, which is very stacked, as you can see the names in front of you there, I'm actually overall pretty happy with, to be honest, especially as I just jumped in just to see how the car would play out. So you can see the grid there, there's Jomas there, Lazarus for the win, eh, folks? As we continue that, there's Quinton. We've got MX Steve there in the Aston. We've got Jizz there. WDP in the Ferrari. There's Aura. A big shout out to Aura for even going for that slipstream train there. That's Key. We've got, I don't know how to pronounce that name. We've got Antonio there, and then we've got Nick at the back, who didn't get a qualifying time in. So this is, of course, the highlights of this race. I'm not going to show you the full race, but let's go through some of the action here anyway. We're going to jump between TV camera and, of course, the actual footage here, the point of view footage. As we get ready for the start. Obviously, brake balance on +5. Now, the critical thing for any front-wheel drive car here, obviously, we've got the Volkswagen on pole there. The critical thing is tyre wear. Now, I'm not going to bang on about tyre wear and the differences and such, but we have to save tyres as much as possible. So what you're going to see throughout this video is me trying to tyre save. And a big thanks to Hellfire for this. He mentioned that he was tyre saving more and it was getting him more race pace in the long term. So I was like, okay, I need to tyre save a lot. And that's what my goal is to do in this race, is to really get a feel for this tyre wear, so that when I stream later on, it's all happy days. TV camera now, it looks awesome, and they said awful then, it doesn't look awful, it looks awesome as we come through the right-hander there, and look how many cars are there on the screen, lots of different cars. This is why I love the Manufacturer Series so much, there's just so much variety there. Now obviously Nations Cup is all about driver skill, more about driver skill I would say, rather than trying to really push each car individually, where some cars will have weaknesses, other cars will have other different weaknesses. For example, straight line speed at the moment, front wheel drives dominate. Weakness for the front wheel drives is tyre wear. Other cars may suffer with top end speed, but have dominant tyre wear. And that's the joy of it. As you can see, I'm right behind Sutsu here. Obviously the first few laps, he's front-wheel drive cars are going to be very dominant. You can see Tsutsu's just dropped off a little bit there from the Volkswagen. I'd say the FFs are the fastest initially because of the tyre wear later on. That's why the BOP is done that way. If you're a bit unsure about that, that is literally the reason. So we head down towards the hairpin here. You can see how close I am to Tsutsu. But I was never going to go for the overtake here. My goal was never to overtake Tsutsu. My whole goal in this race, and I always say this, race smart, is literally to try and get as far up the grid as possible in terms of total race time. I'm going to drop backwards. So in order to survive this, if we jump back on board, I need to use Tsutsu to my advantage. So let Tsutsu go, let Tsutsu catch up to Alexoni. That will bring me along. I can save tyres more behind Tsutsu because I'm just going to be half braking absolutely everywhere. And like there, I hardly touched the brakes at all. There was a tiny dab and that was it. I'm just purely saving these tyres. And this will help my overall race in the long term. Head down towards the last corner here and chuck it in. 5th gear we're doing there on this lap. That's normally a 4th gear corner. You saw that in qualifying. That's how much we're trying to save these tyres as we head towards the start finish line. Let's actually advance to lap number 3 now. And you can see coming into this first corner, Tsutsu has caught up to Alexoni. We've kept with Tsutsu here. So it's all about survival. And you did see that. I was just braking half there. 50% on braking. That's literally to save tyres. And you see I straighten up, then plant my foot. Reduces wheel spin even further than I understand. Alexoni does something very smart here. Very, very smart. Racing smart. Let Tsutsu go because Alexoni knows we're going backwards. So if we let Tsutsu go, Tsutsu can drag us along with that slipstream. Really push us along in the race. And hopefully we can pull away from the rest of the pack. And as you can see in the TV camera, it's literally every car in that slipstream train at the moment. We could be going really far back. So race smart. And we should be able to achieve a pretty good result in the grand scheme of it if we race smart. And that's what our goal is here. I didn't speak to Alexoni before this race, but I know exactly how Alexoni is going to race. Obviously, me and him are going to be in the race together, and that's who I'm fighting for position in reality. Everybody else is sort of there. They've got to get by us if they can get by us. Otherwise, we race smart where we can. So what we're going to do, we're going to advance a little bit further later on, and here we go. TV camera, all the joys. You can see I'm right behind Alexoni. So at this point in the race, I had in my head that I need to get past Alexoni to stay with Tsutsu. Obviously, the TT is a slightly better car here than the Volkswagen at Lego Maggiore GP. And you can see Fire's actually behind me, and we've actually dropped a little bit of the pack further back. I think Cocaine made a move on PR1 Will back there. So if I could get past Alexoni, I felt I could then go with Tsutsu a little bit and maybe push on a little bit further, maybe gain a position. So that was my goal, absolute goal here. It was on the last lap, but I wasn't close enough, but it was on this lap as well. As we jump on board now, you can see how close I am going to get to Alexoni here. Look how close we are getting. We're going to get even closer than this. Look at that. So as I mentioned that in the track guide, running slightly too wide there actually cost you time. You just saw that right there. Right behind Alexoni. You can see Fire's right behind as well. He's waiting for that drop-off to really come into play. As we come through here, I get a really good run here. Look at that. Using that little grey bit after the curb, I get a good run here on Alexoni. Now, Alexoni is going to play this smart again. Really good smart racing here. So as we come onto here, Alexoni doesn't have the slipstream in front. And we're just going to go by. Because we just go to the right-hand side. Now, Alexoni is just going to back off a little bit and be like, okay, yeah, we'll go for another run later on. And that's racing smart there. Because he could go for it. He could go for the lunge. But guess what's going to happen with his tyres? The tyres are going to drop off. I think actually Alexoni did have a bit of slipstream there, but the Audi just got past. But yeah, he's trying to save tyres as well as race. It's racing really, really smart, and I love it. So my goal here now is to try and catch up to Tsutsu in this section, because this is where the TT is really good in this section. As you can see, I stay in 4th gear. I'm just trying to get the car, keep it rotating. I try and get it hooked on that curb. I just miss it slightly, so I lose a little bit of time there to Tsutsu. You can see it's around 9.5 tenths. And I know the first corner costs us so much time, which is why I'm trying to catch up to Tsutsu as fast as possible in this section. So I push now. I'm trying to stay with Tsutsu. If I can stay in that slipstream, I can push along, and hopefully the pack behind, which contains Koke, TRL Adam, Will, Giuseppe, doesn't catch up to us. Going to the first corner, you see I brake a lot more there to 100%. I'm now in 2nd gear. You're going to see me trying to accelerate as fast as I can out of here. You see that second gap there? Watch that just increase massively. Look at this. It just goes up. We really struggle in slow corners as an FF car. That's where our weakness is. As well as the tyre wear, of course. As we chuck it into the right-hander. Are we going to stay with Tsutsu? Tsutsu gets a brilliant run out of there. Look at the time go up now. 1.3, 1.4. It's getting close to that 1.5. But I know the next sector can be good for FS. I just need to get a tiny, tiny bit closer. We head towards the break in that. Look, I'm blue. I'm blue on lap 7 in an FF car. That's how much I was pushing in that sector to try and keep up with Tsutsu. But look, we've just missed it. It's just by a tenth. We have just missed this slipstream. So I know that Alexoni's going to come at me. I also know Fire's going to come at me here. We come through here. I get this slightly wrong as well. I pleb it a little bit. I go a little bit slower. I don't use the grey as much there. We lose a little bit more time to Tsutsu as we come through now the left-hander. So I know Alexoni's going to attack me here because I made a little mistake there as well. He's going to have the slipstream. Again, I'm going to do exactly what Alexoni did here. I'm just going to stay to the left. I don't want to fight it too hard. I don't want to cost us that much time. I'll let Alexoni go for the move. Let him have the inside. I'll just brake. Look, you see how I broke a little bit early and just softer as we turn in. I potentially went for the cut back here, but I knew that it wasn't really going to work because I'd be on the outside. And Fire took full advantage of this. So shout out to Fire for this. A really good move. So you can see Fire just gets his nose in there. So I come into this right, and I have to lift a little bit here because I know Fire's on my outside, and I just give Fire enough room, just enough room there, and he gets a good move on me there. But now I'm like, well, I need to get ahead of Fire before this, otherwise Fire's guaranteed to get that position from me. So I try and keep it here. I try and keep it here, and Fire probably wasn't expecting that little bit there, but Fire just gets the move done. I couldn't obviously understeer Fire off into Nani there. He'd get a penalty. I talk about that in the track guide, penalty on that corner there. So Fire gets the move done. I instantly know now that Fire has overtaken me for good. There's no way I'm getting past Fire again in this race. I now have to race smart. Just stay behind Fire. I could attack him here if I really wanted to, but no. Let's just play it smart. Slow braking. See how I was 25% braking there for a little bit, pushing it up to 50, and then judging my speed accordingly. So we come into this right-hander. You can see Koke is right on my trumpet now as well. Look how much any car gains or leaves me at this moment in time. Fire just darts off there, right behind Alexoni now as we head towards this right-hander. Fire goes for a little bit of a dive there, and I'm not sure if Alexoni expected it or not. I wasn't expecting it there. I was expecting it a little bit later on, but Fire goes for it. But now Alexoni does something smart. It's all about smart racing this. Look, he just backs off a little bit, pulls in behind Fire. He knows once Fire's passed, really, he's sort of got it. So we just need to play it smart, stay behind, and try and survive again. Use Fire now to try and push along in this race. When we have slipstream, no car's really overtaken an FF car. We know that from all the races we've done. We advance a little bit further on now. Lap number 9. Well, actually, it's going to start on lap number 10. So we come through this last corner here. See, Fire has pushed on a little bit more. Alexoni is still in that slipstream now. I'm still in Alexoni's slipstream, but Koke and Adam are right behind there in the BMW and the Ford Mustang. We head towards turn 1 here, and it's all about trying to survive this. As we come into here, Koke's going to get really close now. Obviously, we're really struggling with the tyres at this point. And this first corner, watch how much on that radar they catch up. They really do catch up. So Koke tries to avoid me there. I then go on to the left. I know Koke's going to try and go for the move here. So I try and come across to the right as fast as possible. I make my intention very clear there. Koke goes back to the racing line. So now I've got to be really careful because Koke's going to have a run on me. He's going to go for the cutback. But then Adam's there as well. Alexoni goes to the right and then comes back to the left. I think Alexoni wanted me to have the slipstream there, just because he realises that if they get by, he'll be being attacked very quickly. So we come into the braking zone, we survive that. Adam, Koke fighting there, which is good for us, because obviously if they fight, we can try and break away as fast as we can. We've got 1.5 laps to go, so if we get a 4th place here, it's actually happy days, to be honest with you. And then we would have just done Nations Cup later. Let's see what happens, though, as you can probably tell by my voice. So we continue through here. We are surviving at the moment. Adam's got past Koke there. I think they had a bit of a collision earlier on, so maybe Adam just didn't force his way through per se, but, you know, made sure he had that position that time. But that Ford Mustang now going to be all over the back of me very quickly. So now I know that, I'm going to go for the move here. I have to go aggressive now. So Alexoni potentially knows that because he went to the middle of the road. I go for the move down the inside here. I try and get it stopped there. I give Alexoni just a bit of room there, just enough room for that Volkswagen. And then he's got the left. Unfortunately, Adam's going to do the same move that Fire did on me, and I can't do as much about it as I did earlier on. So I let off a little bit here, and Adam just flies by there. So I lose another position here, lose it to TRL Adam. Good move by Adam. Let's go around the outside. So now I'm just trying to survive Koke. And obviously I've got slipstream up ahead of me, so I just have to survive the first corner, really. If I can survive the first corner, then I'm going to keep this position P5, to be honest with you. As we come through here, look at Adam all over the back of Alexoni straight off the bat. We're now in survival mode for this last lap. Survival mode, so it's braking 100% now. It's just trying to survive it. We've come through that last corner. Koke doesn't really have a run on me here. Adam has a sort of run on Alexoni here. So I was expecting Adam to go for the move. You see Adam go to the left here. I was expecting Adam to actually shoot down there. He doesn't. So I back out of it a little bit. Koke sees this, goes around the outside. I just see Koke there on the radar. Give him just enough room. Brilliant move by Koke to spot that. And coming out of here, slight tap, that's nothing major. But Koke gets the position. So at that point, I'm like, oh, I've lost out. but I don't want to fall further back. And because they're so far back at this point, I'm like, I should keep this position. So you can see Adam gets the move done on Alexoni, and then Kokei's now going on the inside of Alexoni. This is a very typical move here. Turn number 5, get on the inside, or dive down into the middle. As long as you hit the apex, it's all safe and sound. And you see Kokei goes down there, nails the apex, gets that position to Alexoni. Can't really do much about that now. Going to fall in behind and now try and survive. So now I have to race Alexoni. See Will back there in the Honda. Not really going to catch us on the straight here. This corner we're still okay. Even with the tyre wear we should still be fine. We come through the left. We then hit the right there. We don't quite get that right, but still all okay to be honest in the grand scheme of it. P6 at the moment. Can we get P5 from Alexoni? 2 tenths is the gap. Can we do it? We come through the right hander. Adam goes very defensive there. Adam knows Kokei's going to have the slipstream. Adam goes very defensive, very clear. Straight off the bat, I'm defending the inside line. Kokei goes to the outside, comes back across there, and into the right hander we go at the hairpin. Alexoni potentially looking for a move on Kokei, not too sure as we head up the hill now. Obviously the FF cars are really good here because they have the power, so going uphill, they get a bit more of an advantage with that power. So we head towards the right hander here, and Alexoni looks and looks and looks, doesn't quite do it there. So now our positions are basically settled, if I'm honest. CTRL Adam gets that P3, Kokei P4, Alexoni P5 and myself P6. Congratulations to Sutsu for the win there. Really good win for Sutsu. PL1 Fire as well, cracking race with Fire. Good little bit of racing there when we move side by side. Just giving enough room there. And a great race with Alexoni, Kokei and Adam as well. It's actually a really good race to be fair, which is why I'm posting it now, so like you didn't miss it to be honest, because I hate when you miss good races. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that race all the same. Good little bit of fun there. I hope you enjoyed the stream that happened after. Of course, if you don't know, we are now streaming on YouTube again, so all the VODs will be on YouTube from now on, of course. But that's going to be it for me now, folks. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.